For most parents, school shopping is all about sales on Trapper Keepers and the jumbo pack of Crayolas. But in the wake of Sandy Hook and Aurora, some parents are now adding bulletproof coats and backpacks to the shopping list. As for the company offering such pint-sized armor, is it a cynical play on parental fear or a legitimate form of protection? ABC's John Schriffen goes inside the business of bulletproofing America's kids.
It's 6 a.m., an ordinary school day for Dimitri Boykin and his 4-year-old daughter, Jalea.
So this is Superwoman's cape.
Ordinary, except for this brand new backpack.
What does it do?
That's me.
Because it's bulletproof. That's right. Despite the girly pink fabric and pretty patterns adorning it, this backpack offers military-grade protection.
It's kind of heavy.
If you think Dimitri might be a little paranoid, just consider where he lives, Aurora, Colorado, site of the horrific movie theater shooting last July.
So you think about the fact that your wife and your daughter could have been in there when the shooting happened?
I absolutely do.
Dimitri is among a wave of parents willing to try this extreme and controversial measure to protect their children at school.
So if they were to come in your classroom with any guns, you put this on, and this would stop the bullets.
Bulletproof clothing, is that really necessary?
It felt like this was the easiest thing that I could do to keep my arm around her when I couldn't keep my arm around her.
That anxiety has led to an emerging market for something most Americans would have never thought necessary: bulletproof clothing for children, from jackets to shirts to backpacks like Jalea's.
It's flexible, lightweight.
Tim Hogan is the COO of Elite Sterling Security, or ESS, which distributes the 3-pound backpack little Jalea will now carry to school.
Is this really necessary?
Well, if you get on a plane, they make you put on a vest. If you're taking a cruise, they make you put on a life vest in order to make sure that you're taken care of. We think this is just one more safety step.
This is insane. I'm not going to treat it like a reasonable or realistic idea.
But Lad Everett, a gun control advocate and parent himself, sees this as a disturbing sign of how the acceptance of gun violence is becoming the norm.
We can accept that when our children go to school, they should be under the same type of threat of active combat as law enforcement and soldiers, or we can take basic steps to make sure that the shooting never starts in the first place.
The company gets its backpacks from this man, Miguel Caballero, a master in the science of stopping bullets. We are at his factory in Bogota, Colombia. He is so confident in his products, he has a long-standing, if bizarre, tradition at the factory
Juan Carlos.
For new employees.
So you are going to shoot him?
Yeah, in a few minutes.
And you're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Today, his 260 employees are hard at work making bulletproof gear for the Red Cross, the Paraguayan police, and now, the company's newest clients, American children. He says the idea came on a fateful day just 3 months ago, the day of the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary in Newtown, Connecticut. Caballero says he started receiving requests from anxious American parents within days of the shooting.
The mails that are received from the parents, they say, I am afraid to send my child to the school.
But what do you say to those people who think that children just should not be wearing bulletproof clothing and being exposed to this so early?
If you need, you will use. If you don't need, you don't have to use. But it's the best way to prevent any accident with your child.
They have a profit motive. I understand that. They're businessmen.
Everett says parents should be skeptical of these products and how effective they really are.
If a guy walks in there with an AR-15 and multiple 30-round magazines and unloads more than 150 rounds in less than 5 minutes, how many kids are going to be saved by bulletproof clothing in that instance?
Caballero says the quality of his products speak for themselves. He's putting 4 shots from this 9mm Glock straight into the backpack.
We don't have any penetration.
Can you put this back into the backpack and the child reuse this?
Yeah.
With that, 4 more shots.
We now have 8 total shots into this backpack.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 shots. Now we turn it around.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
There is nothing on this side of the plate, which is actually against the child's body.
Yeah.
If the child is actually wearing this backpack on their back, what would they feel?
They will feel like the punch
Caballero's very first shipment of 150 units is on its way to the United States, and the line officially launched here last week. But Everett says the fact that these products even exist demonstrates that we have lost sight of the real issue.
Do you want to live in a country where your child has to go to school on a daily basis wearing bulletproof clothing because at any given moment they could be attacked and killed by someone who is homicidal and who has gained easy access to military-style firepower? I would ask them, is that your vision of America, or does that to you sound like a third world country?
That piece is what's important, though, okay? This is the important piece.
But for Dimitrik, that threat exists, and he wants to take action against it. The early reviews from Jalea are mixed. Is it comfortable?
No, because it's tight and heavy and slow.
What do you like about this?
That it has parts.
We went with Dimitrik as he dropped off Jalea inside her elementary school.
Do you think everything went according to plan?
She has seemed to embrace it and understands that her safety is important.
Later that day, he took us to the Aurora movie theater. He hasn't been there since the shooting. But now that Jalea can potentially protect herself with the backpack, he says they might start going to the movies again.
Is it crazy to be thinking about your little daughter having to maneuver in a situation where bullets are flying around? I mean, we're talking about this.
It's horrifying. Crazy doesn't even describe it. It's something that I hate that I even have to imagine, but it's something that I realize is reality with today.
I'm John Schriffen for Nightline in Aurora, Colorado.